So national headlines are saying that US home prices are falling for months in a row, and this of course is scaring a lot of people. Yet, according to a Wall Street Journal article, the Orlando real estate market is one of the strongest markets in the country. So what's actually going on here? I'm Savanna Williams, a realtor with Team Williams and Compass, Florida. In this video, I'm going to break down the latest metrics about the Orlando real estate market you don't want to miss, especially if you're thinking about buying in this beautiful, sunny city that I call home. Amongst the general public, there is still a lot of talk about a real estate market crash, which of course is concerning if you're thinking about buying a home or if you already own a home. I really don't believe that this is true though because of demand and supply, which we will get into more in a little bit, but there are some cities that are experiencing decline in home values year over year, while others, like Orlando, are holding strong. And this disparity in markets is painting a confusing picture on a national level. Wall Street Journal simplifies the US into two markets, a tale of two housing markets, as they say, one on the west side and one on the east side. Of course, I believe this is an oversimplification because each city in the US is a unique market, and that's why it's important to talk to a local real estate agent who knows their area well. However, they do point out an interesting trend, which is that generally speaking, what's happening with real estate on the West Coast is different from what's happening on the east side of the country. The answer is that there are different things going on with demand. There are strong factors that drive people to move to places like Orlando as opposed to the west side of the country, such as home affordability, job growth, and not to mention the beautiful weather. I've got a weekend beach trip planned in a few weeks, and I just can't wait to simply unwind under this lovely spring Florida sun. Also, new contracts have not notably slowed even with the uptick in interest rates. So what I mean by new contracts is new pending sales. New pending sales is a metric that shows us the level of buyer activity and how successful people are getting under contract for a home purchase. Since about November of 2022, there has been an upward trend in new pending sales. In fact, new pending sales are up year over year by 5% in February. So this is reflecting the tenacity of buyers in the Orlando market. On top of demand, the supply is also what's causing Orlando's market to remain strong. We have many buyers in the market and a tight inventory, which is causing home values to hold well year over year. We've talked on this channel before about how inventory in Orlando is still pretty low, even though it is much higher than this time last year. But to give things a little bit more perspective, in just the Orlando city alone, inventory was about 1,700 single-family homes in 2008 before the market crashed. Last month, inventory was only 311 single-family homes in Orlando. These numbers are reflecting the supply within the Orlando city limits and not all of the surrounding cities that make up the greater Orlando area, but it paints an accurate picture for what happened in Orlando's surrounding cities as well, which is that inventory may be greater than last year, but we are nowhere near the numbers we saw before the crash in 2008. With resilient home buying activity and supply being as low as it is, we simply do not have the makings of a market crash. That, and there were other factors that catalyzed the 2007-2008 financial crisis that we no longer have, such as predatory mortgage lending. By the way, if you are finding value in this video, we would love it if you'd give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to give you the latest on the Orlando real estate market. And yet another reason we are seeing prices level out and hold well is interest rates. Let's look at what's going on with interest rates currently. In the week of March 27th, the interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage has been hovering around 6.5 to 6.6%. At the beginning of March, we saw that interest rates went up to around 7% and were hovering there until the last couple of weeks, where they have fluctuated downward. What's interesting is these mortgage rates are helping the market continue to cool off and get back to a healthy level as opposed to continue on a crazy train ride like we saw last year. Even though demand is still strong in the Orlando area, overall it's not as strong as last year because of these higher rates. This is resulting in the median purchase price of homes to be on a downward trend since about mid last year. So while it is true that the median purchase price has been decreasing, year over year, home prices are still holding. The February data shows that the median price of a home in Orlando was $358,000, which is a 4% increase in value compared to February of last year. The year-over-year data that I'm presenting is a more accurate way of understanding what's going on in the market because real estate data is seasonal. So looking at the same months year over year takes out the price decreases or increases that may be happening seasonally. I hope this market update eases some of the worry that you all might have been having about home prices. And for our buyers, hopefully we will see some more inventory become available so the market's a little bit more loose and not as tight as we get further into the spring, where it's usually a time of increased inventory. I'm Savanna Williams with Team Williams and Compass, and until next time, I hope you have a great week.